Hello fellow jugglers, Steve here, and today I am going to teach you a bunch of cool 3-club tricks. Now, before trying to learn any of the tricks in this video, you should be totally consistent with the 3-club cascade in single spins and double spins. You should also be totally consistent with the 4-2-3 in columns like this. Single spins and double spins. All the tricks I'm going to show you in this video are based on one very simple technique that I like to call the half flip. And that looks like this. It's different from throwing a half spin, which would look something like this. Instead of actually throwing the club upward, you just spin it around in your hand. Now, if you're having trouble doing this, just make sure that when you release the club, flick your wrist and push down on the handle with your thumb. And that should be able to help you get a nice quick spin right back into your hand. The best way to get really good at this technique is to put on an episode of your favorite TV show, have a club in each hand, and just do this the whole time. By the time the TV show is over, you will be a pro at doing this. I promise. The first trick is a variation of the basic cascade pattern. In this trick, all you need to do is throw every throw as a 1.5 spin, catch it by the wrong end, and then do the half flip immediately after you catch the club. So practice first with one club. You throw a 1.5 spin and then do a half flip when you catch it. Alright, now try it with 2 clubs. Throw a 1.5, 1.5, and then do a half flip when you catch it. Like this. Alright? Work your way up until you're ready to try it with 3 clubs. First, just try 1. So from a regular single spin cascade, throw a 1.5 spin, and then catch it by the wrong end, and do the half flip. Try that with either hand. Eventually, you can work your way up until you can do the 1.5 spin half flip maneuver with every single throw. And that would look like this. And it looks pretty cool from the side as well. The next trick is a 4-2-3 variation. So from a 4-2-3 pattern in columns like this, on the 2s you're going to do one half flip and then another half flip. So practice first by throwing one club up on the outside and then half flip, and then you throw the crossing throw and another half flip. Alright, practice on each side, whoops, until you're comfortable with it. And work your way up until you can do the trick continuously. Looks cool from the side view as well. Now there's 2 different timings for this trick. You can do it sort of asynchronous or synchronous. So the asynchronous version, you would do the half flip after each throw, whereas the synchronous version, you would do the half flip simultaneously with each throw in the pattern. So for example, you can see and hear the difference in the timing. This is the asynchronous version.
and the synchronous version.
The next trick is also a 4-2-3 variation based on the false mills mess. So it is important that first you know how to do the false mills mess with balls. And what's going to happen with clubs is when you move, you throw a 4 and then move the 2 underneath and then repeat on the other side. So 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Okay? When you move the 2 underneath, you're going to be holding it by the wrong end, and then you're going to do the half flip. So it's best if you learn how to do this variation where you throw the 2 underneath the wrist as well. So throw a 4 up on the outside, and then you move the 2 underneath, make a small throw, move it back, throw the 3, and repeat on the other side. Whoops. Now you're ready to try it with clubs. So you can start this trick from the cascade pattern or from the 4-2-3 pattern, whatever works best for you. What you're going to want to do is throw a club up on the outside of the pattern as a 1.5 spin and catch it by the wrong end. And then you throw a 4 on the other side of your pattern, and this becomes the 2. You move it underneath your other wrist and do the half spin or half flip maneuver over there. So first just try it on one side, throw a 1.5 spin, and then do the half flip under your wrist. Alright, again, 1.5 spin and half flip under the wrist. Okay, try that on the other side too. 1.5 spin and half flip under the wrist. It's very important that you can do this trick very, very, very well with balls first before you try it with clubs. But that's really all there is to it. It's a little tricky to get used to always throwing the 1.5 spin, but it just takes time and practice. And once you can do the trick, it's going to look like this. The final trick I'm going to show you is very similar to the previous trick. However, instead of moving the club held by the wrong end under your wrist to make the half flip, you're going to simply put it behind your back and make the half flip. So obviously start with one club and practice this maneuver behind the back. Alright, and with 3 clubs, start with just one side, and be sure that you can do it on both sides. So throw a 1.5 spin on the outside of your pattern, catch it by the wrong end, and then move it behind your back to do the half flip. So that trick would look like that. And from the back, I hope you found this video helpful. Good luck and happy juggling.